Hello there, everybody. This is Cholera, and prepare to be amazed. That's right, your wishes have been fulfilled. If you're having a bad day, it's about to become great, and if you're having a good day, it's about to become the best day of your life. That's because I'm doing Reach versus Nada. That is absolutely right. The Mantoss versus the Tornado Terran. And I know you guys have been wanting to see this game since since it was played over a week ago. You've been requesting it. I've been receiving PMs. I've been receiving emails. I received a telegram from Western Union. A couple of strippers came over and gave me a stripperogram telling me to do Reach versus Nada, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it, guys. I've been away. Reach, of course, has been away. The man you see on the right, Park Jun-suk, lifetime record 4-6 against Nada, the man on the left. I respect Nada. Reach has been away, battling in the Swat Valley. That's right, the tribal belt of Pakistan, Waziristan, helping the Pakistan army defeat the Taliban. And not to mention, he single-handedly stopped the deadliness of the swine flu in the United States. So if you're not dying of swine flu, you got Reach to thank. And here we go. Let's go to this game. This is the Pro League between We Made Fox and Air Force Ace, of course. Nada is a guy I respect a lot. Some of my first commentaries were between Nada and Savior in the OSL finals when they played. And Nada is one of the few players that, I would be somewhat okay beating Reach. Now, I say this not because I think Reach is getting outbeaten, but I think it's because Nada really deserves it. He is a great guy. He's a really nice guy. He plays StarCraft to support his family since his father died several years ago. And that's, he's got those good looks, too. He's the kind of guy that, girls want to take home to meet their parents. But Reach is the kind of guy that girls want to take home, period. And here we have Reach on the right side. This is Heartbreak Ridge. He's facing Nada on the left. Nada, of course, a perennial favorite. He is the player who has won more Star League awards than any other player. 3 MSLs and 3 OSLs. Can you believe that? 3 MSL and 3 OSLs. And that's White Rob, by the way. Polish player. Or is it Russian? I think it's Polish. I think it's Russian, actually. But, yeah, regardless, it's Russian. I'm pretty sure. Regardless, looks like we got Nada here. We'll see if either player decides to play a one-base strategy. I wouldn't be surprised if Nada, being the old-school player he is, doesn't go for the standard fast expand build, especially on this map. I could expect some kind of vulture rush coming out. There's a lot of wide open paths. On the other hand, I could also expect some kind of tank drop. There's a lot of great shelling locations, especially around the natural expansion. So we could be seeing some kind of fast tech coming from Nada, the genius Terran, as he is called. The winningest Terran in history, the winningest player in StarCraft history, really, and a perennial favorite. Even nowadays, even though it's been a couple of years since he's gotten to the finals of a Star League, I think that time with Savior was the last time he was in the finals. He's made it into the round of 16 and the round of 8, almost every single Star League out there, and that's something that nobody has been able to achieve other than Nada. I would say few have been able to achieve, but really, it comes down to nobody. And it's because a lot of these guys end up just slipping and retiring later on, or just getting less interested in the game, or just really haven't been able to keep the skill level up. But Nada constantly modernizes his game, as does Reach, by the way. I am so glad to see him playing 1v1. I'm sure all of you guys are, right? Everyone wants to see him play 1v1 because he really was wasted on the 2v2 team with Zergbong and sometimes NC Yellow. Who isn't exactly the best player around anymore. Looks like we've got Reach, by the way, making a rather hidden pylon there at the upper right, behind the natural expansion. Nada, I think, is mining out of two SCVs there, mining gas with 2 SCVs. And Reach is getting his range upgrade. We'll see if it's canceled. I think that hidden pylon is actually just to confuse Nada, just to play some mind games with this old veteran player, because Nada knows, of course, that Reach is missing a pylon inside of his base. And he's going to be a little more paranoid, as we see here. He's, wandering around the map trying to find something. But Reach might not decide to do anything out of the ordinary. It's just a fake out there. And we could be seeing some kind of fast expand build. We could be seeing a Reaver build, on the other hand. Well, let's see. But if it was a Reaver build, I would have expected the robotics facility to go down by now. And Nada, of course, as you can see, has sent 2 scouting units, a Marine and an SCV, to corners of the map. There's Reach, of course. Also fresh back from Sri Lanka, where he's helping to stem the violence between the government and the Tamil Tigers. That's right. When there is a crisis in the world, you can be sure that Reach is busy there, helping to save it. And Reach, of course, going for his 101st win in the Pro League with this game. That would be certainly quite incredible. There is the man NC Yellow, of course, who, according to him, has been practicing quite hard recently. Despite the fact that he was said to be less interested in StarCraft maybe a year or two ago. Looks like Nada is going to go for a fast expand. Interesting enough, he's putting it right next to his original command center. Maybe to pump out a couple of SCVs extra, but I really haven't seen that done very often. And Reach looks like he's going to be going for a fast expand also. So both players are actually going for standard builds here. And that's absolutely fine too. Reach, of course, Reach the Mantoss is the first person, if you guys didn't watch my last Reach commentary, to reach 100 Pro League wins in history, and that really shows. It really shows that he's modernized his game also in many ways, especially with his timing attacks. Especially all manliness aside, his timing attacks are indeed very, very good. Especially with the shuttle drop attack that he does against a lot of fast expands. He is so good with that, dropping zealots in and charging goons in the front and just winning like that in the mid game when the Terran otherwise is very well secured. He's just very good at breaking that kind of mid game defense. Looks like Nada is settling down for a longer game also. He's putting down some turrets. And Reach, of course, has an expansion going up. Reach is going to spot the expansion of Nada's. The more amazing part about Reach's victories is that he got wins 91 to 100 in the last 6 months since he joined Air Force Ace. Now, if you think about it, Air Force Ace is not the place where you have the most time to practice. And yet, going back to 1v1, he managed to win 9 games and was over 50%. And started off, of course, beating Stork. Stork, the punching bag for many players, got punched around by Reach, and that started his run, basically. And actually, 2 years before then, that was what actually stopped his momentum. Anyway, Reach, of course, has observers, and he was putting a rather hidden citadel inside his base before I went on about his recent success. And looks like Nada, of course, is just building turrets around his base, just a little bit scared of Reach's very powerful worm-like tanks, Reavers, and how much damage they can do. But Reach is actually not going to do that. He's actually going to go for a relatively early Templar attack, which leads me to think maybe he's going to go for a DT drop. It would be sort of a late DP drop, but it certainly could be effective. On the other hand, it might be... No, I wouldn't say it's some kind of speed lot build. It's a little bit of a weird timing for that. Although we have seen some pretty weird speed lot builds from Reach, especially this one game on Harmony where he went 3-gate speed lots against a Terran. It didn't work out, but it was certainly the most masculine build we've seen in a long time. I mean, just seriously, very masculine. Oh, Reach is actually going to be going for a Arbiter Rush here. Hidden inside of his base, of course, at the bottom left. He's going to go for a Stargate and then an Arbiter Tribunal. So kind of like a best,